My new flyer is here. This one covers October, November, and December of 2023. Topdon is a brand that I was hesitant to jump on board with because unless I have either good secondhand knowledge of something or firsthand experience with something, especially in electronics, then I'm wary. And Topdon made their entrance into the US market not that long ago with code readers and diagnostic scanners. Well, they've expanded their whole product line, which now includes all kinds of battery-powered products like power supplies, and they have a really good battery analyzer now that people have been buying a lot. It's their BT600. I think we're going to talk about that later. And they have this, which is a 5,000 watt power station. I don't know of any other company that has a product like this. They say it's ideal for towing companies that want to charge electric vehicles that are dead on the side of the road. What an amazing niche to fill in the industry. I hadn't even considered something like that myself, but Topdon came out with a product that can do it. It's got a 1-year warranty, all battery powered, and the starting price, depending on how you finance it, is $30,000. Whether or not it'll get a foothold in the market, I don't know. But I'm greatly intrigued by any company that's thinking along these lines. Whatever the future of electric vehicles is, none of us know. But whether we like it or not, it's something that at least has found a spot in the industry, at least for the foreseeable future. So this product here fills a niche very nicely. I can't wait to see how it takes off, what the adoption rate is of this, and who the target market really is. We have new work boots. These are from a company called Avenger. We were carrying Redback for a long time, but I don't know what happened to that company. They're not in the US market anymore that I know of. Couldn't get done. And then there was another company called Terra. Then they became difficult to get. I have Blundstone now. It's available to me. They make similar boots, but Avenger has come out with a similar slip-on style boot. They look identical for all intents and purposes to the Blundstone, the Redbacks, and the Terras, but they're significantly less. Both the composite safety toe and the soft toe are $199.99. They have full grain leather uppers. That's the good stuff when you're looking at leather, by the way. They provide electrical hazard protection, and they have a 30-day guarantee. So they're looking to continue to grow the slip-on boot market. I don't know where this company is based out of or where these products are from. I only have this information right now on my flyer. I'm going to look to get more information on it, but I think it's a good augmentation to the boots that I currently carry. It gives people a brand choice and a price choice, and I'm all about that. I think that that's the way tool shopping should be, and a tool truck should be no different than any other retail outlet that you have available to you. So with this, it gives me a third choice in boots. Let's throw a little love at Easy Red. They have a bunch of exclusive items to this distributor that publishes my flyer here, a company called Integrated Supply Network, or ISN. They have a 4-slot magnetic pry bar holder. They also have a 1-slot magnetic pry bar holder. Magnetic socket holders, which I'm very interested in getting on the truck. There hasn't been a very good cost-effective product for these. Vim makes outstanding magnetic socket rails, but they are expensive. These might give people a nice lower cost choice. They have a magnetic 12-slot wrench holder. Very interested in that. It's flexible, so you can put it on something like a fender or a contoured body panel. A 48-piece magnetic flexible bit holder, so it's a great way to keep tools right by your side while you're working on a car. Lay it out on the fender or in the engine, and it's right there for easy reach, and it sticks to something metallic. And finally, they have a magnetic spray can holder. It'll hold 3 cans, and for $33.49, that's a lot less money than what I was seeing similar products for listed before Easy Red came out with these. And the best part about it, they're in the popular green color that most everybody seems to like. So we'll be getting some of these on the truck fairly soon. I can't wait to see how well people take to these. You saw in one of my previous tool haul videos, I looked at the Milwaukee M12 Insider Extended Reach Box Ratchet. They are in this flyer at a sale price. I marked these prices out because I'm selling for less than what they're in the flyer for. I can do that because I can get some incentives right now that I can take advantage of. When I do that, I can offer tiered pricing. I can give you a pay now price, which is a little bit higher than Home Depot's price, give you a price if you finance half of it, and then another price higher still if you finance the whole thing. So I like being able to offer price options as well as product options. These sockets that come with this ratchet are 8 to 21 millimeter. There's no 20. They don't have a standard set. And the set of sockets comes with a 1/4 square drive adapter, a 3/8 square drive adapter, and a 1/4 hex bit holder with a magnetic holder inside of it so the bit doesn't fall out. They fit through the head of this, which has a pass-through design. It's a much lower profile for the sockets than even a manual ratchet with a regular chrome socket is. The 8 through 15 size sockets are pass-through sockets. 16 through 21 are not. There's a bunch of different industries who are going to find this handy. Diesel guys will like it because it has pass-throughs where you can run nuts down the long posts for the radiator hose clamps. Guys in the automotive industry are going to like this because it's such low profile, way lower profile than any other ratchet socket combo that you can find. Aviation guys and HVAC guys have also told me that they are interested in this product too. So it's going to find a wide adoption rate. It may not be for everyone because it is a little pricey, but for those guys that will find value in spending that kind of money and realizing the time savings that they're going to realize, or maybe you need a cordless ratchet, rather a battery ratchet, they're all cordless. If you need a battery ratchet and you haven't yet gotten into that market for your tools, this might be a very good first purchase because it means you don't necessarily have to buy other models, because this one, you can use the ratchets that it comes with, use the adapters, rather the sockets that it comes with, use the adapters to use your current sockets that you own as well as your extensions and all your other additions that you would normally put on a manual ratchet. They'll all work with this one. Next, we have a brand new offering from Milwaukee. This is their new M18 half-inch high torque impact bundled with their 3/8 mid torque impact, and it comes with 2 batteries, a charger, and a bag. Why is this new? Because this is their newest iteration of the half-inch impact. It's rated for 1,500 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. It has a 3 LED ring light around the anvil, and it has a battery isolator at the base of it, so the battery won't be jostled around like it was on the previous versions of this. That is one complaint people had, was the fitment was kind of wonky where the battery fits on the tool. I've never seen it be problematic, but people don't like it because it doesn't give them that sense of security that you've got a tool that's really precisely built and the fitment is nice and tight on it. So I think this is going to do a lot to win people over a little bit who may not like that particular, I won't call it a feature, but that particular characteristic, I guess, of the tool. The prices are a little bit higher than normal, but I am selling them for less than what they're going for in the flyer. Depending on how you finance it, I can take about $150 off and do them for like $9.99 or something like that. So I'm very interested in seeing how well people take to the new version of this. I won't necessarily carry the old version of this kit unless you can take advantage of some deals. Like, I don't know if they're going to be closing it out. Sometimes they do that. But with this kit, not only do you get what you see here, but currently there is a promotion that Milwaukee's having for dealers where you can choose to get a free third 5 amp hour M18 battery or a free M18 grease gun. So it's kind of cool. For the price, you get more than what you see here because you get that additional tool, which is worth a few $100, whether it be the battery or the grease gun. Also new from Milwaukee are taps and dies. I have not seen these in real life. I don't know if I'm going to carry these because I've been having such terrific luck selling the Gearwrench set, but I wanted to show this to you. If you are in the market, this will be something for you to consider, especially if you're a fan of Milwaukee's hand tools. It has a nice beefy tap wrench with an ergonomic grip. It holds the 1-inch hex dies and a tap collet. It is not ratcheting, unlike the Gearwrench set, which has a beautiful ratcheting, full polished tap wrench. So there are some differences, but the pricing on these is pretty good, and the selection of their full tap and die sets also looks pretty compelling. So depending on if you have a brand preference, and some guys simply buy because they like the Milwaukee name or they like the Gearwrench name or whatever, I don't think you can go wrong no matter which ones you buy, but you do get a very comprehensive, cost-effective set in the Gearwrench set. But I wanted to show you the Milwaukee ones because it just shows that they're looking to grab more and more market share all the time. And I really admire that about them because so far, what they come out with seems to be hitting a home run with everybody. I don't know of too many complaints with anything they brought to market. Yes, some people do prefer some brands of some particular tools over others. That's normal, but they have such a wide adoption right now. They kind of seem like they're taking over, and I don't mind being on the Milwaukee bandwagon. So if we dig down a little bit into the tap and die sets, we see that for $58.99, you can get a standard 17-piece tap and die set. You get a metric set for $58.99, and you can get a 15-piece standard tap and die set with their snazzy handle for $94.49. You compare that to the price of larger sets for hundreds of dollars, compared to the Irwin 117-piece set that has all your standard sizes of standard and metric taps and dies, but they also have a whole array of drill bits, and that's well over $500. The Gearwrench set has 114 pieces, but it has all the jumbo sizes, including your standard sizes, both standard and metric, 2 tap wrenches with dies and tap collets. And that's, I think, $429 right now. So there's a huge cost difference across this spectrum, and depending on what pieces you want with your set will determine how much you pay. Now, when we look at this set and the options that it comes with, there is also a pack-out version of the set, so the taps and dies are in the pack-out modules. There's 38 pieces that have their hex lock 2-in-1 handle. It comes with 17 taps, hex dies, and it comes in their modules. So for $236.99, choose standard or metric. Now we're getting to some price differences that might be compelling to you. Those 2 sets alone cost more than the entire Gearwrench 114-piece set. But again, if the pack-out module is important to you, and it might if you're on the road, maybe you're a contractor and you have a truck or a trailer that you pack your tools in, you've already invested in the pack-out system, this might be something to consider as a great add-on. I showed this to you because I don't know why it's so expensive. Can anyone tell me why a radiator pressure test kit is $354.99? I don't know why or how these got so expensive. I remember when I first got into this business about 8 years ago, you could buy this manual set for about $150, which I thought was expensive back then. Then they came out with one that you could hook to Shop Air. Price went up. But now it's just an insane amount of money for this test kit. And I don't know what justifies that kind of price. I had a customer come to me a couple of weeks ago. He was having a problem with the pump leaking, and he asked me if it was covered under warranty. It was not, because the warranty had far since expired on it. And he asked me about getting parts, which you couldn't do. I said, if you want me to take a look at it, I will. He said, no, don't worry about it. I'll take a look at it. Well, what I did was pop the cap off, remove the handle, and saw that they still use a leather gasket in there. He said it just was malformed. He reshaped it, put it back in. Thing works great. So I'm glad he didn't have to spend that kind of money on a new kit, and he could just quickly fix his old one. Because I don't know what justifies this kind of price, but I figured I'd show it to you just to kind of noodle on a little bit as more of a curiosity than anything. Yeah, they're important, but you can get an Astro Pneumatic or FJC Master Radiator Pressure Test Kit for just a little bit more. And these have all the adapters, quick connects, and a manual pump with a gauge. The Astro set is $434.99, and the FJC set is $429.99. So if you need a pressure test kit, look at something like this instead of that one from CTA. Let's talk about Vim. There's a lot of fans out there. I know if you know the brand at all, you know them for really good specialty tools like bits and sockets and drivers and stuff. I am also a fan of Vim. I sell a lot of their wrench extenders and they have really good half-cut stubby Torx and hex sockets that come on wonderful magnetic rails that I referred to earlier. Their mag rails are beautiful, but they also have a bunch of different types of sockets and bits. This one has their 32-piece Elite Hex Metric Master set with a bunch of different hex drivers of different lengths and sizes. Look over in the center has their 77-piece Elite Torx Master set, a 40-piece Master set, and a 34-piece Torx Master set that cover all different sizes, including some Torx Plus ones and a larger 77-piece set. To the right of that is their 50-piece Impact Master set. So you have high torque impact drivers, all kinds of different impact style bits, standard, metric, Phillips, flathead, drive adapters, excellent little kit. And over on the right-hand side of the page, there's a 64-piece Mechanics Master Hex and Torque set and a smaller 26-piece Hex Master set. So they've got you covered when it comes to specialty bits and bit sockets. I love a lot of their stuff. And I also would recommend you check out their YouTube channel because they got a couple of guys on there that do a real good job of yucking it up and presenting all kinds of new tools that they're carrying and the new stuff that they come out with. Let's talk a little bit more about Topdon. Now that we can show you some of the products in the flyer, I'll show you the stuff that I have been a big fan of. Start with their BT600 battery tester. It's only $149.99. Show me another battery tester that has a level of functionality and ease of use that this one has. It is faster, easier to use than Midtronics. It is, some people have told me, better than Snap-on. And when I ask what's better, they like that it's way less expensive, has a printer function in it for $150, and you're saving hundreds of dollars over the Snap-on one. I have been selling this one a lot lately. When one guy bought it from me, I asked him to give me feedback, and he did. And he said he loved it, and he told me why. And then I think I put it on one of my YouTube channels, one of my YouTube videos, and then started talking about it some more on the truck with people. And then another guy who watched my video, he ordered one. A guy in the shop saw the one he had, and he's ordered one. And then I had two other guys, they've ordered them because they saw the video and they're getting good feedback and reading reviews. So I'm really starting to be a fan of Topdon's offerings, especially with that BT600 battery tester that we can compare to the Midtronics Advanced Diagnostic battery tester, $509.99 for the one on top and $289.99 for the one just below it. Yeah, they're in a form factor that looks like they were invented in 1972, and they still have a red LED display. I guess if they figure it's not broken, don't fix it, but maybe you should update your product line a little bit. And at those prices, you have to make something look a little bit sexier because people are going to very quickly ignore you and start buying things like Topdon that has a smaller, nicer screen, smaller form factor with a printer that comes with it by default. I don't know, show me the differences in functionality. And maybe you do have some application for the Midtronics units that the Topdon doesn't cover, but I don't know what that is. So if you have some information, please leave it in the comments and let me know. And we're going to compare those even to the Bosch ones because Bosch has had battery testers. They've been in this market for a long time, but their prices are really high. $659.99 for the BAT135 with an integrated printer, and their BAT120 for $469.99. I don't know what justifies the higher costs. I don't know if maybe these are better suited for more battery types than the Topdon, or if they have functionality that the Topdons don't have. But let's say your needs are covered by the Topdon, then you can save yourself a ton of money. It's going to be Christmas time soon, and people stock up on gifts and stocking stuffers. One of the more popular gift ideas are lights. And Streamlight has these beautiful PocketMate USB ultra compact hands-free lights. By hands-free, I mean you still need a hand to turn it on, but they have a carabiner on it to clip onto your keyring, and they have a clip around the backside you can slide onto your hat brim. For $33.49, choose your colors: silver, blue, red, pink, and they're solidly built. It's surprising when you feel one just how well built it is. It's an all aluminum body, They're about an inch square, so they're small, and they're surprisingly bright. When you turn the button on, it's going to come on low, and you're going to say to yourself, yeah, you know, that's what I expect out of this light. But you hit that button again and hit it to high, it's surprisingly bright. They're wonderful to give to your kids, keep it in the bedroom, put on your key ring, take it out to the car at night. They're great for reading menus in dimly lit restaurants. There's a ton of different applications for these. A couple of years ago, my wife and I gave them to everyone in the family because they're just so handy. And they recharge with a USB cord. So you just plug it right in, and the little on-off button turns red when it's charging. It lights up green when it's ready to go. And take it with you wherever you go because they're that handy. You'll find a million uses for these. I'm a big fan of the Coast lights, as you know, if you've seen this channel before. And they have a brand new offering. These are waterproof headlamps. Choose 1,000 or 2,000 lumens. The 1,000 lumen model is only $97.49, and the 2,000 lumen one is $125.49. They have a battery life indicator. They're dust resistant. They're compatible with hard hats if you're in construction and require a hard hat. They have a dual color beam. And like all their other lights, they have a dual power system, so you can use rechargeable power cells or slide in non-rechargeable batteries. These take the CR123 disposable lithium batteries, and like their other products, they have a lifetime warranty. Great thing about this warranty is I can just give you a new one if you give me a broken one. I don't have to take yours and send it in like I do for a Streamlight product. So there's a lot of reasons to like Coast. Their pricing is really good. Their lifetime warranty is outstanding. Easy to fulfill a warranty request, and they have some features that you don't find on other lights. And then they have their tried and true XP series flashlights. They've got a 355 lumen pen light, their 2100 lumen XP11R flashlight, and their monster XP18R 3650 lumen light for $159.99. It's very difficult to beat these prices. Compare similarly spec Streamlight products to these, and you will find that the pricing across the board is better on the Coast products. And their headlamps can't be beat. I sell a ton of all three of these models. Choose 410 lumens, 1,000 lumens, or 2,075 lumens for $62.99, $78.49, or $114.99 respectively. All have a focusing beam. All have dual power and their lifetime warranty. Compare it, and you can't lose at all when you choose any of the Coast products. I'm a big fan. I've been a fan of these guys for years. I've made a ton of different videos on their stuff. I went over the whole lineup there a little while ago. So if you know me at all, you just I sound like I just say the same thing over and over about Coast, but I can't help it because they're so good. And if this is the first time you've seen any of my videos, it's worth noting because if you're in the market for lights, absolutely consider Coast products. Let's compare these, though, to the Steelman Pro Slim Profile Rechargeable Headlamp. This is not that slim profile. It's clunky. It's made out of low-grade plastic. And I am not a fan of this light like I am with the Coast ones. I would steer you away from the Steelman light at $56.99. It does not have the features that you find on the Coast light. It just has an LED array. There is no focusing beam on this. There's no choice between a rechargeable power cell and a non-rechargeable batteries. Does not have a lifetime warranty, and for just a little bit more money, get yourself one of the Coast headlamps. It's a better deal. But Easy Red has a really cool neck light. These are kind of popular because you can put them around your neck, and you have two independent light heads. You can also put them around your head, and they don't have a battery pack on the back. The battery packs are in the light heads, which means you can lay down against your creeper and not have the discomfort of hitting the rectangular battery pack on your head. I am not a fan of designs that do have that. I think this is a way better design. Now, these are not particularly heavy duty, but just take care of it and they'll last you a good long time. They have a 1-year warranty on them, and for $63.99, it's a rather good price. It's about $10 or $15 less than what I've seen these listed for in the past. If you want a good work light, consider the Power Probe Tech modular work light. It has 4 250 lumen light modules that come in this base unit. They pop out individually, so you can use them in or out of the base unit. The base unit has magnets on it. It has a 1/4 threaded female thread on it, so you can mount it on a tripod. And each of the light modules has a hook and a magnet, so you can mount them separately. Spread them out, put light wherever you want it. Keep the base unit plugged in because the modules recharge when you plug them in. So it's not, I mean, I wouldn't say it's heavy duty, but I do know people who have dropped it from about 3 feet onto a concrete floor, and it has survived. So I wouldn't promise that, but I do know that it can take, you know, the regular daily exposure in a shop and do fairly well. So if you need something like this, consider this light, because they just reduced the price on it too. It was up almost $260, and now it's down to $239.99. I've liked Autel for many years. Since they overhauled their customer support and their technical support, they've been way better to deal with than they were years ago when they weren't as good. So for the past, I think, 6 years or so, I've been a big fan, and I've been selling a lot of Autel products. They have a very good code reader. It's their MX808, but they just came out with a new one, and their MX900 diagnostic tablet is like a beefed up version of a code reader, because in addition to reading and erasing codes, you can view and graph data, view freeze frame data, but you can also perform bidirectional active tests and special functions. So I love the fact that they're building in additional functionality to a unit, and at $689.99, this is going to be a product that I put on the truck and keep it in inventory. You're going to find a high adoption rate for a function, for a unit that has this level of functionality at this price. And we can compare that to the Topdon RD-Diag 800 BT. This is their beefed up code reader. I do not know function to function how it compares with Autel, because this is brand new to me. And the Autel one's brand new too, so I don't even know what that one does yet. But for $549.99, I don't think you can do bidirectional testing with this, but you can read and erase and clear your codes. And it is Bluetooth, which I kind of like too. So it's nice to have some choices. It's nice to be in a dilemma of, you know, trying to find out which one you think would suit you best, because you can't go wrong with either of them. And side by side, I'd give Autel, from my understanding, the edge in functionality. But man, for less than $550, kind of hard to beat that Topdon, especially if all you needed to do is some advanced code reading. But you can look here at this shot that's got all the different service lights that it resets and the functions that it does perform. So it has 28 special services, and while the menu will vary by make, model, and year, it at least gives you an understanding of what it can do out of the box. Let's shift gears and talk about some sockets from Milwaukee. Their Shockwave impact sockets are excellent quality. I love the quality of the case that these come in. It's a heavy-duty case with a metal hinge and heavy-duty metal latches, so it's highly portable. And you can put this in your work truck and not worry about it getting banged around and beat up. And you can open up them late in your toolbox if you want. Take the sockets out, put them on a rack, whatever you want to do. You have some options with this. And their 3/8 drive and quarter drive Shockwave sockets are nicely priced. You can buy a 12-piece 3/8 standard deep socket set for $96.49, buy a 14-piece 3/8 metric deep set for $80.78, or if you need a quarter drive set, they have one that goes 4 to 15 millimeters. That's only $68.58. Lifetime warranties on the sockets, and they have beautiful high visibility markings so you can easily read the size of each socket. And we'll compare those to offerings from Grey Pneumatic that I'm also a fan of, and their pricing's terrific on their 13-piece half-inch drive deep set. This goes 7/16 to 1 1/4 inches. That whole set's just $124.99. For $124.99, you can also get their metric set that goes 10 to 27. That's a 14-piece deep drive set. Scrolling down the page a little bit, you have a larger 19-piece deep fractional set. That goes 3/8 to 1 1/2 inches for $244.99. For $169.99, you have the standard length or the shallow metric set. That's 26 pieces. That runs 10 through 36 millimeter for $169.99. Compare these side by side with anything you'll see on any of the other tool trucks. You'll find superior pricing and equally good quality. The only downside, if there is one to Grey Pneumatic, is that if you need warranty fulfillment, you have to go through a dealer. You can't go through that company directly because they don't work with the end consumer. But if you're concerned about that, then consider Milwaukee or Sonix, where you can go directly to them yourself if you need to. There's been a price break on the Vapor Spot Sprayer. These are the non-aerosol cans from Titan. They come in different colors, red, black, orange, and green for $67.99. These are the same as the Sure Shot sprayers. In fact, the parts are even compatible. So if you wanted to swap out the cap that it comes with one with the ears on it, if you need a repair kit, it all fits these sprayers. And K-Tool dropped the price on their 36-inch plastic creeper. This was up over $100 in the last flyer cycle, but now it's $74.72. Is it the greatest creeper in the world? I don't know. The casters are kind of small, but it'll support a 300-pound person, and as long as you don't beat it up and run over it, which I know you might have done, then it'll last you a good long time. For $74.72, why not? It's not like it's one of those snazzy ones on a metal frame with an articulating head support and all the rest of it. It's a good, functional, basic creeper that you're not going to spend a ton of money on, like if you're looking at one of the Lyall ones or one of the ones in the Mako truck, which are made by Lyall. But those are up over $160. Yeah, they have a lifetime warranty on the plastic deck, but they don't cover the casters and they don't cover the headrest. So make sure you understand all the implications of what the warranty is on these when you look at them and compare them. You might find that for the price and for the 1-year warranty you get on this K-Tool one, you're getting a really good deal with a lot of value there. For a long time, I wasn't able to sell jacks because the pricing was just so expensive after the coronavirus pandemic that it wasn't even worth putting these things in the truck. But now it's worth considering it again because the 3.33-ton low-profile service jack from K-Tool is $334.99. Finally, we're back down into a reasonable price for a very good jack. I have sold these in the past. I've been very happy with the results. Never had a problem with any of them, and I've had some of these now in the field for years. It goes from 3.5 inches to 21.375 inches with a 50-inch long handle, and it pumps up pretty quickly, so you're going to get the full height in just a few pumps. You can buy a 3.5-ton jack, but the price goes way up, and for the few 100-pound difference between the 3.5-ton and the 3.33-ton, I don't know that's going to be worth the money to you. You can go a long way with this jack here. Milwaukee's got some very good deals on double-end flare nut wrenches. These are beefy wrenches. They're not going to spread on you. I love how they mark the sizes on their wrenches, even their combination wrenches. High visibility markings on them so you can see them easily when you're trying to get the right one out of your box, or if you leave it laying around and you need to see what size you have handily. Very easy to pick up on it. So it introduces some efficiencies into your workflow. For $73.99, you get a 5-piece standard set, and for $91.49, a 6-piece metric set. They come in plastic holders, and they're high-polished chrome finish on them, beautifully made. They have a very nice beam with a nice recess in there, so they're very comfortable to hold and use for prolonged periods of time. I'm a big fan of these and their combination wrenches. I am surprised that we haven't seen higher prices on the Knipex twin grip pliers. I don't know why this set's $53.49. Knowing Knipex as I do and their quality as I do, I was expecting to see these pliers for around $80. I've never seen them for higher than $53.49. They've always been in the flyer every quarter, and this quarter their pricing is no different. They have a 5-adjustment push-button slip joint on them, so they cover a range of sizes. They have a jaw style like their Cobra pliers that everyone's a big fan of, and they grip from 4 to 22 millimeters across the flats on the jaws. The Milwaukee dead blow hammers keep selling like crazy. They've got 4 in their lineup right now. 2 are the hard face ball peen and 2 are the soft face dead blows. They've got a 16 ounce, a 28 ounce, a 32 ounce, and a 48 ounce. You can see the pricing here of $70.49, $42.49, $92.99, and $56.49 respectively. Great features on these hammers, including the sizes that are plainly marked on the side and on the butt. And why is that a good feature? Well, because they've got a flat square part to the head, so you can put these head side down and they won't fall over. So you have the handle sticking up. If you look down on it, you can clearly see what size it is. Doesn't seem like a big thing unless you're the kind of person who looks for gaining every efficiency that you can in the course of your day. If you need to buy a hammer, you're going to spend a lot of money on a good hammer. Spend the money on these because they've got some additional features that you might actually find handy. So yeah, if you've got $92.99 to spend on a hammer, spend it on these. Or spend more on the Snap-on truck or the Mako truck. And I think that you're getting a better hammer for less money, and you'll be very happy with their lifetime warranty. And the grips on these are outstanding. They're non-slip, and you get real solid purchase when you grab them, and they even have a hole in the handle to hang it with or to put a lanyard on. All kinds of precision measuring instruments from Fowler are available, including their 6-inch calipers, their dial bore gauge sets. They have a great rotor gauge 6-inch set with extendable jaws, a nice flex arm and dial indicator combo for just $114.99. And if you need micrometers, they have a 0 to 4-inch outside mic set for $254.99. When you compare the quality of fine measuring instruments like dial indicators, micrometers, and calipers, you're going to hear a lot about companies like Starrett, Brown & Sharpe, Mitutoyo. They have always made high quality products, but you pay an awful lot of money for them. So it's not a case of whether or not those are worth the money, because sure, they are, especially if you're a machinist and you're dealing with extremely tight tolerances. The Fowler ones are very good. And are they as good? I don't know. It's not like going to be beating these things up or using them in heavy-duty applications, but they're accurate. And they're perfectly accurate for anything that you'd be doing in your industry. So consider Fowler, save yourself the money. If you can't afford the Starrett, Brown & Sharpe, Mitutoyo ones, Mitutoyo's from Japan, Starrett is a U.S. company, and Brown & Sharpe, I think, is also U.S., if I'm not mistaken. Maybe the European, I don't know. Fowler is a U.S. company. I believe their stuff is manufactured overseas. And it's not a question of quality. It's a question of what do you need, quality for the money. You get some excellent options with Fowler, so consider those when you're looking for these kinds of measuring instruments. Lyall has a couple of new products that I'm dying to see how popular they become. They've got their Radiator Genie Kit. It comes with 2 wands. One you hook up to your air supply. One you hook up to a water supply, and it blasts out a jet of air or water for cleaning off radiators and getting down deep into maybe engine components or tight confines where you can't fit your regular air blower. Or if you want to wash something down, it's great to use the water wand for that. They also have an actuator motor wrench set. You may not have seen one of these before, but they're indispensable for turning a bolt or a nut that you can't access directly. The handle will get you in there, and they have a 90-degree piece that comes down, and on the end of that is where you've put your socket. And when it's articulated, so when you fasten your piece down here, it's going to pivot around your workpiece, and this is the ratcheting portion, and then as you push that handle, it's going to ratchet one way or the other. Genius idea, very simple, but man, is it a lifesaver, and it will get you out of a jam if you ever need that kind of access to something. Not everybody does. It's kind of an older school tool, but I did just sell a couple of them recently because guys came to me with a particular application. They asked if I had it, and sure enough, Lyall makes it. I'm happy that they do because all of Lyall's stuff, high quality. If you need a borescope, consider the one from Autel. This is their MV460 for only $324.99. Outstanding video quality. Do a side-by-side with this one and Snap-ons, and you will find a superior image quality on the one from Autel, and it costs way less than the Snap-on one does. 70-degree field of view, 3.5-inch color LCD display, and it's a 1920 by 1080 resolution for your images and your videos. I hope you found this interesting. I try to focus on new stuff that you may not have seen before or maybe have heard about coming out, and now you at least get to have a little more information on it, maybe get some pricing on it, see what it's going for on the tool trucks, and it gives you a way to compare this stuff to stuff that you might find on other tool trucks that maybe don't carry these same brands. So do me a favor and keep watching the channel because I've got all kinds of interesting videos coming out, including some tools in the haul with special after dark products that I want to show you. We've got some really cool used handguns, stuff that I've got new in for some customers that they just ordered, and I've also got some gun cleaning videos that I want to show you. We've got a spectacular rifle that has a terrific storied history behind it I'm dying to show you, and also 3 handguns that I got on the bench right now that are in the middle of being cleaned. So I'll be doing videos on all this stuff for you. And of course, our regular Tools in the Haul segment and our air tool repair videos. We just got a bunch of air tool repairs in, so we're doing all kinds of stuff right now. Keep following along in the videos to see all that I got going, and I'm going to give you some really cool business updates probably in the next month or two as some of our additional business lines pan out and stuff comes to fruition. So do me a favor and click down here now to subscribe so you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, use a tool. Don't be one.